Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another episode of the Ocean Star Sports Show. I'm your host, sports reporter Dominic Polio. We're going to do some things out of order this week because I have a really great highlight of a great rivalry that I'd like to save for last, and a couple of not-so-great games that we're going to kick things off with and get them out of the way. First up, Point Beach softball hosted Henry Hudson last Thursday. After picking up a big win over Mater Dei only 24 hours earlier, the Garnet Gulls had no runs left in the tank for last Thursday's game against Henry Hudson. The Admirals worked their way to a 10-0 win in 5 innings of play. The Admirals went up early, scoring the first 2 runs on a double to center field. They then added a 3rd run in their first at-bat. Kylie Kells managed to close the side for Beach with her 2nd strikeout, and the Gulls reached base with their turn at bat, but could not bring any runners home. From there, Henry Hudson just continued to pile on the runs. They came up with hit after hit as the Gulls struggled defensively. By the 4th inning, Henry Hudson was up 8-0. Still, the Garnet Gulls saw nice plays here and there, like this spectacular over-the-shoulder grab by Abby Angelucci. The Admirals hit the 10-run mark in the 5th inning, and Beach had one last chance to keep the game alive. But the Henry Hudson defense proved too strong, nabbing the final out to take the shutout win in 5 innings. Really out of character loss for the Garnet Gulls there, but the good news is they bounced back with a win over St. Rose and a win yesterday over Keyport, and that highlight will be in next week's show. We're going to go to our next not-so-great game. Point Borough Boys Lacrosse hosted Middletown South in a game that did not go as planned. Here's the highlight. It was one rough Monday for the Point Borough Boys Lacrosse team as they hosted Middletown South. The Panthers were looking for a turnaround win after falling to St. Rose over the weekend, but simply could not find the cage, losing by a score of 13-0. The first 5 minutes were back and forth before the Eagles came up with the game's first goal. From there, it was all downhill for Borough. Middletown South scored twice more in the quarter and then added another 3 goals in the second. Trailing 6-0 at halftime, Borough tried its best to generate some offense, but just could not finish with a score. The Eagles scored goal after goal after goal in the 3rd quarter, increasing their lead to 11. 2 more goals in the 4th quarter closed the shutout win, but despite the big loss, Borough's Parker Ronson still played tough in goal. The final score could have been much worse, but Ronson picked up some quality saves between the pipes for the Panthers. It was not enough to generate a win, though, and Borough takes a big loss, 13-0. Not such a bad game from Parker Ronson in goal, despite the final tally. And Point Borough now has a list of things to concentrate on as they work through practice and next week's string of games. Now, what you guys have all been waiting for, I'm sure, if you were not there to witness Brick Memorial and Brick Township go head-to-head on the lacrosse field, you missed out. But here's the great news. I've got a highlight for you to enjoy. Those of you who already saw it, see it again because it's even better close up. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the rivalry. There was no better place to be Friday night than at Veterans Memorial Middle School for the boys lacrosse showdown between crosstown rivals Brick Memorial and Brick Township. The 2 teams battled it out for the Mayor's Cup in a game that was decided late in the 4th quarter, but let's take this one from the top. Richie Cosgrove broke the ice with the game's first goal 29 seconds in. The Green Dragons' lead held for several minutes before Joey Ferrara found the net for the Mustangs. His goal sparked a 3-goal run for Brick Memorial with a goal from Gavin Murphy and another from Mike Mouter. The Mustangs were up 3-1 after the first. In the 2nd quarter, the Dragons answered with a 3-goal run of their own. Nick DiEufemia scored for Brick first, then it was Cosgrove looking like a scat back, dodging Mustangs left and right before scoring the equalizer. Then it was Mickey Holland who skips a shot past Matt Wood for the 4-3 lead. The Mustangs created some opportunities before the close of the first half, but Tyler Palmer played strong in cage for the Dragons. Out of the half, the game was back and forth. Vincent Spinelli scored for the Mustangs, and Holland answered with another goal for Brick Township. Then it was Henry Moran for Brick Memorial on the dish from Murphy. But again, it was Holland with a goal for the hat trick and the 6-5 lead. Then Cosgrove scored his hat trick with a frozen rope for the 2-goal lead. Ferrara kept the Mustangs in the game with a goal in traffic before also notching a hat trick. The junior scored his third right before the buzzer on a restart with only 2.8 seconds left on the clock. That's right, the two rivals entered the final quarter tied at 7. After a long 8.5 minutes without a goal, it was none other than Holland who played hero. The senior went with a lefty bounce for the go-ahead score and eventual game winner. The Mustangs pushed hard in the closing minutes, but Palmer was a brick wall for the Dragons. One long-distance shot after a Brick Township clear found the back of the net before the buzzer, but the Mustang was offsides, and the Brick Township Green Dragons bring home the Mayor's Cup with an exciting 8-7 victory over crosstown rival Brick Memorial. Talk about a nail-biter, talk about a healthy rivalry. What a great lacrosse game. Thank you for putting on a great show. Those are the only 3 highlights I have for you guys for this week as far as games. Now, I've not done this before, and I may continue to do it in the future, but I have picked one small clip that is my favorite highlight of this past week. Again, those of you who were at the Brick Memorial Brick Township Boys Lacrosse Showdown got to see this in action. I heard the crowd react the same way I did on the field. But here is my favorite highlight of the week. We'll call it Dom's Pick. Here we go. I mean, come on, what a great highlight. They say goalies don't have moves. Tyler Palmer proves them wrong. Nothing better than seeing a goalie get nimble out in the open field. Now, that really is all I have for you guys for this week's Ocean Star Sports Show. But remember, there is always more in the actual newspaper. So make sure you pick up today's copy of the Ocean Star. That is April 28th, 2017. In the meantime, you can follow me on Twitter at Dom Polio. That's at DOMPOLLIO. Now, I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by and checking out the show. You guys have been with me these past couple weeks, and I enjoy having you here. I wouldn't do it if it weren't for you. I hope you come back next week and join me for another episode of the Ocean Star Sports Show. So, in the meantime, signing off for Star News Group, I'm Dominic Polio, wishing you guys a happy and a warm weekend.